I wanted to do like we didn't do our podcast last week because you were under the weather and like the timing didn't work out. We had state and we were just very busy this week, and that made it really tough. And we've had some stuff in the can, but and that's how we made it through Rudolph.
Right.
But this time around we didn't have that. So anyway, I was kind of hoping that we could just take a few minutes and do a little special that I can throw together today. Absolutely. And actually drop a short little something. And maybe we could recap kind of how things have gone for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Because it's been busy.
It has been very busy.
So quick introduction, just because we're starting this out again, and it's a short podcast.
It's a mini.
It's a quickie.
It's a quickie.
Oh, jeez.
Sorry.
So I'm Kristen.
And she's making me laugh, and I'm Angela.
And I'm Kathy.
Welcome to the short version, the quickie Drama Mamas podcast. I don't know if I like that one.
Hey, you know what? Sometimes, listen, it's been a while. The humor is just pent up. So
it is.
I know Kathy's delirious from her late evening.
I am.
Late evenings and a lot of sitting in workshops and sessions at the Florida State Junior Thespian Festival where you can't talk and make all the comments that you want to make.
No.
So it's all pent up inside.
I know.
There.
It was really hard on some of those, like to not say anything.
Yes.
Like, because you just want to let them talk. You want to, your presenter, the person doing the workshop, and they're talking about stuff. But I couldn't help myself when we watched that one with the costumer who he's like, do you know how we keep outfits clean? And I was like, oh, Febreze.
She
Febreze,
screams out in this room full of kids.
And he's like, Febreze? And I was like, no, it's Febreze.
He's like,
did he know what you were talking about?
He's like, vodka. And we're like, yes, Febreze.
Febreze. That's what we call it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yes.
Wouldn't it be interesting? I bet you now you might have just taught him a new little lingo. He's going to go back and be like, guys.
Which would be amazing because he's been in the biz for like 40 years, I think he said.
Yeah.
And this is the guy, I don't remember his name. We could probably, I don't have a phone.
I'll see if I can find it. He works for Universal and he just got back from
Shanghai.
Beijing.
Okay.
Universal Beijing, working on all the costumes there. And
wow.
Yeah, it was
He was kind of like a little bit higher level up too, because he would he's overseeing, like we watched a different guy and he does costuming on Broadway.
Okay.
And he kind of divided costuming into two camps, right? There's like the creative side of costuming, and then there's like, I forget the word.
All right.
He had a word for operational side of costuming. Right. And so this guy actually is a level above that division, and he oversaw both kind of aspects.
Okay.
So he had a very
leadership.
different vantage point to talk about costuming. And I thought that was just really interesting.
Everything was interesting.
It really was. I mean, both of them were. They were my favorites of what we did. Although, I mean, it's always fun to like go do the daily 8 count with Brian Curl and, dance and have a lot of fun and stuff. But from an educational standpoint, they were my favorites.
Yeah. They were amazing. All the workshops were so much fun.
So you guys got there on Thursday. So you had 2 whole days of like workshops and learning, and the kids could go. And how many kids do you think were there, like in total?
I think about 2,000, because when I was talking to them, some of the volunteers last night, they said that I was saying how many talented kids and how there was only junior. This is middle school. Like I said, I can't wait to go see the senior thespians.
Yeah.
He goes, oh yeah, that's 8,000. He said, this is 2,000, but that is 8,000 kids. Oh. I know.
Holy smokes.
So you've got 2,000 middle schoolers with squeaky ducks that were sold.
Oh my gosh, the ducks.
Oh.
So it's like a collectible thing that they do. So at awesome. So they, like in the district festivals, they had like little pins, and they do a theme, and then they have 20 pins or whatever in that theme, and the kids like buy them, and then they just pin them on their lanyards.
Or they trade them with each other if they're trying to get.
Okay.
So it's a way to get the kids to interact with each other from different troops.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an interesting kind of just tool, the mechanism that they use. So this time around, it was ducks. I don't know that they realized the ducks would squeak when they ordered them. There's no way.
Probably not, because
they probably would have rethought that.
I was going to have duck rage. There's road rage and there's duck rage.
Yes.
So many times I wanted to grab one of them and just throw it across the room.
It was like 5 minutes into one of the other moms being there, and she like grabs me from our troop, and she's like, the ducks.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, girl, you're going to hear those in your sleep.
Dang.
I'm looking up a name so I don't screw it up because I'll be embarrassed.
That's a lot. Okay, so Thursday and Friday you had your workshops, and it was all day, and then Saturday was your competition day.
Yes.
Right? And they had, we were able to come on Saturday, so that was great. We got to, support and watch everybody, but I was very surprised at the amount of diversity that was there. It's not just singing. I mean, it's
screenwriting,
stage, costumes,
yep.
Scenic design.
Yeah, scenic
pantomime, which we need to talk about because I thought that was amazing.
It was so cute. Improvisation, large group, small group musicals, solo musical. Yeah, it's a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
I think we sometimes forget because we are so musically theater focused that there's a lot more to it.
Yeah.
So it's helpful to just be reminded of that.
Yeah. It's funny. I saw so many of those scenic design boxes sort of like going through the hallway that day on Saturday. And I was like, I saw a Beetlejuice one go by and I was like, I just need him to stop for a second. Like I want to
look at it.
Yeah.
Usually they display them in the big room and we went up to look for them and I don't know if we missed it or what happened because we wanted to check those out. It was funny though, at the closing ceremony, they had the winners come out on stage and you could tell those kids were terrified to be on stage. They're like,
that's not
we're the
their
backstage
jam.
people. It was like me. We don't want to be out here.
Right.
Yeah.
We're real comfortable in the black.
That's pretty funny.
Yes.
Yeah. But I mean, it takes every facet of that to put productions on. You need the costumers, you need the scenic designers and all of that, and the screenplay writers.
Yes.
And so I love that this incorporated all of that so that the kids that don't do it can see that.
Yes.
And
they get
so cool.
highlighted and showcased. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really neat.
Yeah.
Yep. So a lot of talent there. We went to the closing. First of all, let's not just fly by we came up to support.
I know.
What a gift.
Stop.
To take your weekend, come stay in Orlando, come support our girls. Like don't just blow over that like it's no big deal.
Oh, stop! You're
Because
gonna make
I
me
know
tear
I'm going to
up.
cry
It's not
too.
a big. It's not. It's not an insignificant thing.
No.
It is a huge deal.
Yeah, your whole family
And-
came over. Jordan came over.
Yeah.
Like we are so blessed to have the
It
family.
was a no-brainer for us. I mean, we knew we were coming,
Yeah.
Gabs and I knew ahead and, and then PJ came with Max. Obviously it's not Max's jam, but he was super excited. He was like, Mama, when are they going on? Like he wanted to see your girls and see what they were doing and get with the hubbub and stuff. So no, it was so much fun. And I, obviously I'm not their mom, but I had so much pride, like being able to watch both your kids. And when I found out that there was a chance that we weren't going to be able to see both of them, because ironically, the way that it worked, you guys were slated for almost the same exact time, 2 totally different rooms. And it's like, oh my God, like you're going to have to split, I felt like I had to choose between my kids. Like, who am I going to go watch? So I was like, well, we're going to do this logistically and we're going to do it logically. And Lily Kate's supposed to go first. So we're going to do that one first. And then we're going to run right in and get to Pinky. And it worked. And I was texting with her the whole time.
I know.
Like,
I could hear you back there. I could hear your
like,
nails clicking on your phone.
The weird thing is they called a name and they had the kid go up in our room, and then all of a sudden they flipped over to like, who wants to go next? And I was like, what?
Yeah.
We're like 4th,
Right.
like we were planned for 4th, and he like made eye contact with Pinky at one point, and of course, her teacher hadn't yet made it.
Yeah.
So we had
Right.
4 kids
they were
all
feeling that
at the
stress,
exact
too.
same time. And we have 2 teachers
In
with
4
2
different
boom
rooms.
boxes in 4 different rooms. Yeah, it was crazy.
And it was terrifying because earlier that morning in the small group musical, one of the teams I'm pretty sure got disqualified because their teacher had to be in another room and couldn't make it over in time with the music. And the kids kept saying, we can't go yet. We can't go. Our
Did
teacher's
you hear
not
that?
here.
They were having this struggle.
Oh my gosh.
And
I
they-
was like terrified for them.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
just go in, kids.
Well,
Like, you
and
just gotta go in.
There was a mom over
Just
there on
do
her
it.
phone trying to find the music for them, and they finally just left. And I think they got disqualified because their
They didn't
teacher couldn't make it in
have-
time, which I don't understand that at all. So it was
Yeah.
it was a mix between I'm going to completely follow the rules and we're going to go in this order and you're going to not get to perform, or who wants to go next? So thank goodness it actually happened that way in your room, because then we were able to come over and see Pinky.
Yeah.
Yes,
She
everything
ended up
happened
going
the way. that it was supposed to, you know?
Yeah.
And so we listened to Lily Kate first, and, you know, you're in there, you listen to all the kids, you're like, okay, and they sound, you know, great. Or I wasn't too familiar with some of the other songs. My thing's like,
It's resting.
Your mic just hit your boob.
it totally did. Sorry.
Just like nestle down in there.
I know, we should. Oh, well. Anyway, I'll just talk loud. So, so we got to see Lily Kate go, and I was like, oh, geez, like, are you kidding me? You know, this is just fantastic. And such a proud, like, mama, you know, totally emotional. And then we're like, okay, she's done. Boom. And then we ran in and, you know, so happy. And I got to the door, and the woman, or the girl, she's not a woman. I'm pretty sure she's like a high schooler kid. Yeah. And she's standing there, and she's the one who gave me a hard time about trying to bring the bench over when we didn't have enough seating.
Yes.
But whatever. So she looked me straight in the face, and she was like, we're not opening the door yet. Like, you have to wait. And I'm like, I know we're waiting, you know, and I had my little bracelet on and whatever. And the door opened, and we're like, oh, thank God, you know. I saw Pinky, she was still sitting there, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, God.
Still waiting.
Thank God, we're going to make it. So we rushed in there. And then, of course, we got the chance to hear Miss Pinky. She's standing over there. So that's
I know.
now.
She was amazing. Oh, my gosh.
And, you know, I've heard the girls sing, obviously, on the stage. I've heard them sing, you know, on video and stuff. But this was probably the first time that I can say, because, you know, we don't get to hear them audition when they go.
No.
This is probably the first time that I got to hear the girls sing something that they picked out, that they were not, you know, had to go and follow because they're not in a show, right? They got to pick out a character and a song. And I was just so proud of them. And they did so good.
Aww.
Mama Kathy's
I'm
crying.
sorry. But it's the truth.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, oh my God, look how talented they are.
Well,
you know?
you know, it's it kind of just sticks in my head. It's like, your kid is your kid, but it's also, she's also my kid. Same, you know, that's how it is.
It is.
Because we spend a shit ton of time together.
Yeah, we do.
and our kids are growing up together, and they're going to have those friendships forever. And it's so great to have a sibling that's not blood, that's chosen.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we just kind of adopted them all.
Yeah,
you know?
totally.
And I could see their personalities were just beaming, and they were so comfortable, and they were so like, this is me, you know, and here I am, and I'm going to sing a Daddy Longleg song, and it's just going to come out, and I'm so mad at this daddy. And I don't know if it was like a dad or like a boyfriend, so I was trying to.
No, it's like a, oh gosh, what's the word? Like a sponsor. I know that's not the right word, but like a benefactor, or like.
Because I haven't seen the musical.
I haven't either. This is what I've been told.
But I mean, I have to tell you, like, her singing that song, like, I was like, oh, I kind of feel that way about my dad, you know? Like, so I was like, yeah, you know, like, I could really, really relate to that. And I was like, oh, Lily Kate's up there. She's doing her. It was totally her style. Fantastic.
Yes.
Jordan Jones is amazing.
Great
she knows
piece for
exactly what she's doing. Her teachers at Rochelle, I mean, just, you know, getting her on that avenue, and that song was perfect
Well, it's
for her.
this collaborative effort. Like, it's no one source that's working with our kids.
Yeah.
And they're really very lucky.
Oh my gosh.
To have such amazing teachers. They have 2 of them that work at their school and prepare them with blocking and, you know, acting notes and like helping them like get it all together. And then on top of that, they also have Jordan, you know, working on the vocal part and then reinforcing those acting choices and blocking choices and working through
picking the right piece.
Yes.
Which
That's huge.
You know, that was kind of an interesting thing to be in the rooms and listening to the kids going before and after our kids.
Yeah.
After when we could stay. Or even going into rooms that we weren't even a part of. Like just to see some of the other performances.
Yeah.
Yeah. And seeing, okay, so I have some thoughts on, you know, that choice of music or piece or whatever scene. You know, some kids don't have that help. It's obvious that they don't have that guidance to help them choose an appropriate song and how important that is.
Yes. Well, I talked to Jordan, and I said, we need to have you back on just on song choice.
Yeah.
Because there were so many, I don't want to say poor song choices, but there could have
maybe
been
not
better.
age-appropriate,
Right, not age appropriate or
Well, we talked a
topic
little bit about
appropriate.
that with her podcast.
But I think we need to expand on that a bit.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. Well, and it wasn't in regards to like picking something for districts or state or
it was
nationals.
specifically for an audition.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's a little bit different, but I mean,
it was amazing. So I want to brag about Pinky too. So did her thing, right? And then we're ready. We got in there and I'm like, okay, here's Pinky. And I've heard Pinky sing a million times, you know, but never something that she's picked, that she's owned, that this has been her and she's just going to go up there and do her thing. So I was like, okay, here we are. Like I knew I was in for a good show, you know? And so I'm listening, I'm like, oh. And she was talking with the judge a little bit and I got to learn a lot about the etiquette, you know, how funny that they say the same thing, make sure everybody's clear, you know, no, it's happy hands, no clapping hands. You know, and at first I was like, what is that?
Oh, I did too.
Like, that was frustrating because I want to make noise.
Well, it's funny because then like later when we were reading the results together as a group, I started out and I was like, no, I can clap.
We can clap now. So they do all of that. And then Pinky's talking to the judge because sometimes there might be like a little gap in between, like they're waiting or they're finishing up because you know, the judges, they gave really good critique, which we can talk about later too. But I thought at least this particular time, I know you guys have had other experiences, but I felt like it was super meaningful and, you know, whatever. So they're taking their time. Maybe they're finishing up from the previous thing. So Pinky's talking to them. They get to do a little music check, right? To make sure that the music's right.
It's a good level.
Yep. So they do that. And then they talk about, like, they introduce themselves. They talk about the song and who the lyrics and who it was written by. And then they go and they do their troop number. And it took me a while to figure out why there's always a pause on that last number. Not always. Some people do it and they go right into it.
Yeah, it just depends.
Yeah, but it was because that's when the timer starts, right? And you only have 5 minutes.
Well, I mean, the time I think depends on what your event is.
Yeah.
Okay.
But for the solos, you get 5 minutes, and they take it right to that line. So every second counts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they my number is 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, sit, 9.
Yeah. And then there you go.
And our teacher hates the pause. Like, he wants them to say 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 2, 3, wait, 1, whatever it is.
And be ready to
But
I was doing the Jenny.
I know, that's what I was
number?
trying to do. And unless I sing it, I can't. 8, 6, 7, 5, 3, 0, 1. Okay. So with their trio, their song was too long. So they had to actually cut a little piece off the end of it.
It's like the last note.
Yeah.
Or
Gabby,
something.
of course, had to point that out.
She did. She noticed right away.
"There was
But if you noticed in their trio, because normally he makes them just say all the numbers and go,
Yeah.
But this time they had to stop and wait till they all got in their places and ready. And then they
it's time
said
crunch.
9, because they literally were up to the second. And you get disqualified. If you go over the 5 minutes, you get disqualified.
And they'll stand there with their
They
hand
will.
up.
They're like, you're out.
And that happened to one of the girls.
Monologue.
Yes.
It was up.
It was a long
kept
time.
going.
Yeah. That was the one we weren't quite sure if it was what was going on with that.
Yeah.
I missed that piece.
Oh.
Whose monologue went over?
It wasn't somebody we knew, but it was a very long monologue, and we couldn't hear her, so we don't exactly know what it was
is
about.
it that girl?
Yeah.
The one that we couldn't hear.
It was,
She
kinda
started out with
mumbly.
cats, and then I couldn't understand anything.
Right.
Yes.
And then she forgot
I
it,
missed
so she
that.
just stopped.
Yes. I
Even
caught
when the
that.
time, so I
Yeah,
felt
it was-
badly about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she
I
definitely-
didn't catch that she was standing there with her.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
wild.
That poor girl.
I know you work all
know.
that time, and
Yeah.
well, and then our other friend that Lily Kate did her duet scene with. We had, again, 3 different rooms, 3 different kids going
All at the same
all
time.
the same time.
Yeah.
And one of the kids was number 4, and Lily Kate's wasn't until number 11 in her room. So we're like, okay, we'll go watch number 4, and then we'll scoot over and watch her at number 11. We got plenty of time. Well, so I don't know what happened in that room, but by the time we got there, we walked in, and they're like, all right, go. And we just watched number 4 in the other room. So something happened to 5 through 10 in this room.
Yeah.
And the dad of the girl who drove all the way over from Lakeland paid $50 to come in the door and see this one event. They would not let him in the door because they'd already shut the doors. And once they shut the doors, then nobody comes in until the scene is done.
I know. I feel so bad for that parent. I mean,
Yeah, it's so hard.
I don't know how they could do it any differently with that many participants.
Yeah.
You know,
You have
doing
to
that
run
many
each room in a
events.
It's got to be a
silo,
scheduling nightmare.
I mean, I'm sure it
can you
already
imagine?
is just from how it is that they're doing it now, but there's no way that you could be like, okay, well, we have all of these kids from this school together. Yeah. Let's spread them out.
Right.
You know,
and make it impossible.
Yeah. And you
I don't think you can do it. I don't think
you don't want them all in the same room, because then they're all going to be judged by the same judge. And now you're really competing against each other. Like, that was one thing we talked about, like, that it was nice that everybody had different judges. So it was, you know, you technically, right, you weren't like competing against each other.
So I mean, just for the sake of explaining something that some listeners may know and some may not, but like, so like I grew up in music, you know, doing band and all of that. And we would go do, you know, these festivals, and you were graded on your performance, end of sentence. And that's not the end of the sentence for this program. So they go and they get graded by their judges and they get their rating, but that's not the end of the story. And so then on top of that, you can get Critics' Choice or whatever name you want to call that. And then you can also, for your room that you were judged in, but then you can also participate in the showcase, right? Like those are two different things. So top choice and then the showcase. And oftentimes those are the same choice.
Yeah, and I think this time they were. Last year,
there were a few that were not the same.
Okay.
If you looked at the list.
Okay, I never actually looked.
But they were in other categories, like
the
costume.
top honors versus. Okay.
So that was kind of interesting, I think. They were at the top of the sheet when we were looking at the sheet. So anyway, so what you I guess want to be careful of, because you were explaining this to me, because we were like, wow, Pinky was really disappointed that she didn't get it for her room.
Right, and she killed it.
And she did kill it. The judges were so into her performance. Oh my gosh, they were
laughing the whole time.
Having a great time.
Yeah, they were
and she did amazing. She did 29, 30, 29 out of 30 for her three judges. And I mean, we couldn't have asked for a better performance. No. Honestly, she did so well. And so she was like really, really hopeful. And then, you know, she didn't get picked. And you started explaining kind of your experience to me before we started our podcast today. And, you know, there weren't a lot of repeats of schools. They have a lot of schools in the state of Florida that participated in state. And they try to be very choosy. They're like, okay.
Very diverse.
Yes. Well, all right. This school's already had their one applicant, you know, make it to the showcase and make it to the top honors and all of that. And they just kind of spread out the love. And I can really appreciate that because you don't want one school to sweep. I always find that really frustrating. Like when we see that at districts and it's like, oh, it's that
why are we
school
even
again.
trying?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Well, then it makes you feel like it's politically motivated and you don't want any of that.
No.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
Whether, you know, obviously it's not true, but you don't want it to ever be perceived that way, you know, because there's a lot of talented kids. But I mean, like when Pinky walked in there and she was just talking to the judge and she, you know, they're whatever, having their little back-to-back, probably telling her just to hold on a second or whatever, because you have to wait, right, for the judge to tell you.
Yeah, they're like making notes and stuff on the previous person. And
so they gave her the go-ahead and her music started and all of a sudden she just became this other person.
She comes alive. It's crazy. It's like a different
I'm like,
switch that flips.
Yes. I'm like, who is this little girl? She's not little anymore, but I was like, who is this? Oh my gosh. Like she just turned it on and she played with her hair. And I mean, it was just the way that she got into her character and then her voice was perfect. I can't even describe it, but she had like moments in the song that was super totally needed it. Like it was appropriate, but where she would just kind of not talk it, but more like in a different character voice of, God, see, I'm not even doing it justice right now. You're just going to have to.
Well, there like just some belty parts and there were some head voice parts and she just kind of navigated through them.
100%.
That fit what she was saying.
And took you on this journey of this girl who I guess
lives in the lamest place in the whole world. Yes.
Yeah. But the fact that this other person that she meets is now there, now it's become this wonderful place, you know? And oh gosh, the song was great for her. That was a fantastic choice. And she knocked it right out of the park. And again, same thing like that I was saying with Lily Kate. Like I got to see her in a totally different light.
Yes.
You know? And
Lily Kate is an amazing performer. And she just puts on the best show. She acts and it just pulls you in.
Yeah.
You can't stop watching.
You're on this journey with her, you know?
Yes,
she just brings you on it.
She came out and she goes, I don't think I acted enough. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Oh no,
See, that's the hardest thing about these, because these kids are so talented and they go in there. I mean, they've worked so hard. They went through districts and they've made it to state. So like these kids all of them are very strong performers.
Yeah.
You know, even if you want to be critical or whatever, right, of performances, you have to recognize that they have worked their butts off to get to this spot, and they are killing it up there. They're doing what they're born to do.
Yeah.
And then you hear them come out of that room and they're so upset with themselves and they're so like critical or
I could have done this, or I could have done that.
And it's like, oh my God,
no.
just enjoy what you just did for
Right,
like
I
a
know.
hot second.
Like sit in it for a minute.
Or like that one note wasn't perfect. I'm like, nobody expects you to be perfect.
No, you're not supposed to be. Like, so this morning we were getting ready at the hotel to come home, and you know, Gabby is in the mirror and she's singing like she does, whatever. And you know, she knows a couple Daddy Long Legs that Frida has shown her. But she says to me, she's like, Mommy, I want to learn that song.
It's
and
a
I was
really
like,
pretty
do
song,
you? And
isn't
she was
it?
like, yeah. She's like, oh, Lily, Kate, and Pinky. I just look up to them so much. And I was like, oh my gosh, I know, it was great. Like, so just know that, you know, your girls are inspiring other littles to do this and to be this and to be that. Because this was really Gabby's first time of seeing that too.
That's true.
You know,
it's
she
funny
doesn't see
because
that
we
either.
forget these kids all hang out together, but they're very different ages.
Very
You know,
different styles.
there's a lot that
different
happens.
styles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot that happens between, you know, 5th grade and 8th grade.
Yeah.
Yes.
A lot.
A
that
lot
happens.
that happens.
I mean, even each grade in between there, a
Yes.
lot happens.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's
so
it's
true.
easy to forget that, I think, because we're together so often. But yeah, Gabby's, it's almost her turn to start this stuff.
Yeah,
And you
and
better
she's
believe we
looking at
will
it.
be there
Oh, gosh,
to support
yes.
her.
Oh, you guys are the best.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Well, we even found about
there.
a couple of kids from the theater that got into Seussical Junior at their school.
Oh yeah, we're so excited.
I know,
Yes,
like,
we're
we
so
wanna go
excited
see
about them
them
for
'cause we're so-
being JoJo
Yeah.
and what was the
Gertrude.
other role? Gertrude.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna go.
Yeah.
I know.
We have to
And they're
support
the
each
next.
other.
They're
They're
kind
the
of in
next
that.
line.
Yeah. I love like the kids are almost in like, you know, generational groups.
Yes.
Yep.
You know,
Like
and
2 or
so
3 year generational
we watched
groups.
like Kat's daughter and kind of
Yeah.
that group of kids growing up, and they're all seniors this year, or I think they are all seniors this year.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Yes,
they're going to
yes.
graduate in May, and you know, of course, we'll follow them in their
gosh,
careers
yes.
after that. You know,
Yeah, for sure.
so online probably.
Can't exactly travel to go see
Yeah,
them.
it's
but-
Well,
hard
that
to
makes it
travel
hard.
and see them. you know.
Yeah.
But I'm sure we'll see them when we go visit New York and see them on Broadway. Because
Yeah.
Definitely.
You
They'll
know,
be there. They'll
yeah.
be there. Yeah.
And then we've got another group that's, you know, kind of in the early years of high school, and we're following them. And now our kids are going to be that. And
Yeah.
then, you know, Gabby, and then this other group of kids that, you know, is doing Seussical. I mean, it's so much
Yeah.
fun to watch them, and they're all at different stages. And
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
just warms your heart as a parent. You know,
It
it's
does.
like
Oh, it does.
they're extended family.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I can't say enough about getting involved in your theater because it's family. It's not just
is.
your
Yeah.
kid performing and learning
Yeah.
skills, but you're building relationships.
Yeah. With
That-
good people.
yes.
That enjoy the same thing that you do. So
Yeah.
like you don't need a better what better basement do you
Yeah.
have than that? You know,
Yeah.
concrete. Like it's ready to go, and everything else just happens naturally.
Yeah.
You know? But I mean, what a great experience this whole weekend was,
Yeah.
that we were able to come and see you and, you know, see the girls and just spend time together. That was so much fun.
Yeah.
And, you know, Gabs, she didn't want to leave. I told her all day, I was like, we can go whenever you want. Nope. Well,
I know, I couldn't believe she
we're
made it to the
staying.
end.
Yeah, and she knew obviously she wasn't performing and she wasn't getting an award, but she's like,
Yeah.
we are staying and we were watching, and she was drooling the whole time.
Oh my gosh. I was glad she got to see some of the closing because
Yes.
wow.
It's hard after being there for
I
that
know,
long.
trust me.
So Pinky was like, she was toast.
Yeah.
And she wasn't in a good headspace at that very last bit. So we kind of needed to get a
Yeah.
break, because honestly, she adores Lily Kate, and she was so happy for her, and she didn't want to pull that moment from her. So she was like,
Right.
we just need some space.
Yeah.
But
let's just
Lily
go.
Kate killed it. They killed it on their trio.
Oh yeah, they
Yes,
did.
it's so good.
That was
That-
great.
I love that
Oh, so
performance. So anyway, they do that number from Shrek, right?
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
it's
It's the
today.
Fiona growing up number.
Right.
And
great song.
it is. It's such a fun thing, and
It
it's like
is.
perfect for the three of them. And
Yes.
so
And
they
let's-
got
let's just
superiors
talk-
on that, right?
I'm
It
going
was
to
straight
interrupt you real
superiors.
quick, and I'm going to tell you that is not an easy song. Let's just put that out there.
Yeah.
That is not an easy
heard
song.
a couple of groups performing it.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a pop. I might quantify that as a popular choice.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yes, I agree. It is
But to
not
do it correctly?
it's not an easy
No,
choice.
it's not easy.
No.
Oh, it's funny because the 2 of the 3 judges talked about their costume choice. So all 3 of our girls had on dresses. It was not a costume choice. I've always been.
It's just a black dress. Yeah.
You're going to perform. You need to respect the judge's time and show up and looking
look
like
nice.
right. Because a lot of the kids show up in leggings and whatever. That's fine. But
Crop tops.
my kid's going to come in. So, and Pinky did the same thing, and then our third one did the same. So they looked like little Fionas growing up because they all had these black dresses on. It was so cute.
With their black leggings
Although-
or tights. It was cute.
Pinky was the adult Fiona. And she's like the middle in height.
I know, because
Yeah.
at the end they were lined up, Lily Kate, Pinky, and then their third
Yeah.
one. And
Pinky
it was,
did have
okay.
she had her special shoes on that are platforms with heels. So
still
she
did.
was basically on her tiptoes.
Yeah. Trying to get up there.
matter.
She was almost the same height.
Yeah.
as
Hey, you
Lily
know
Kate,
what?
but yeah.
Maybe Fiona had a little bit of.
she a little shrinkage.
Yeah.
Yeah. It happens. Happens to the best of us.
But from
all good.
from a character standpoint, she had to be that part, right?
Yes,
because
absolutely.
she gets like mad and
Yes.
she has to like rip stuff out of the book,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's very Pinky, you know,
Yes, her acting, yes.
typecast.
Clearly, the judges saw past that.
Oh, yeah.
Because,
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
they didn't care about
yeah.
the height, but yeah,
No.
they loved it and they should because it was a really fun performance
Yeah.
and they did great. Like I said, they got straight superiors on that one, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they sure did.
And then
They rocked it.
Lily Kate got perfect on her solo,
Yes.
Yeah.
and she got an excellent on her duet.
We're not
But
sure yet.
I feel like
because
that was the mess up in the judge, which
Right.
he told us.
the one of the judges immediately, as soon as she was done, he's like, I made a mistake. Your scores are not going to look right because I hit the wrong button or something. I don't know what he did.
Yeah.
He's like, I will fix it. I don't think it ever got fixed because when they were reading out the scores, it was a lot of goods.
Right.
And that did not feel on the same
It didn't
level as
match
the
with
other.
other-
Right. The other
from
was
one
for
judge.
sale. Right.
Because they have like the overall for that judge.
Right.
And then they have like 5
5
categories
or 6
something.
categories.
Yeah.
Right.
And each category gets a rating.
Right.
Yeah.
And when he said he messed up, I was like, wait, this is a repeat.
I know,
It just
from
happened
districts.
at districts.
Yeah.
On the trio, when we did districts,
Oh.
they messed up. So the group that went right in front of our girls also performed the same song, which is why I'm like, you know, it's a popular choice.
Popular choice, yeah.
And they got a lower rating.
Right.
And that rating got submitted. They had some kind of hiccup with their
Yeah,
sound.
like the music cut out in the middle, so then they restarted.
Yeah, and I think that threw the judges off, and they started putting in scores for the next group, which was us, into
With the
ours,
same
but it was
song.
for them.
Okay.
And so then we start reading off the notes, and it was pretty clear because they were making references to the other group.
Yeah.
That like visual references and stuff,
right.
and so we were
Or
able to
even
get it
about the
fixed.
music, probably.
But
yeah.
the initial grading was wrong.
Yeah.
So I know they're doing the best they can
Yeah.
with so many kids, but it sure is frustrating when they mess up.
Yeah.
And, you know, these kids spend 6-8 months or more working on these pieces, and to have that moment of the grading, like,
Not be accurate.
Yeah.
Questionable.
Well, especially
Yeah.
because they won the whole at Act Fest. That's different from Junior Thespians. They got first place with that same scene. So when he started reading off good, I'm thinking, how do we go from winning
yeah, to that.
superiors to I like that? Something's not right here. So I don't think
Yeah.
maybe it did. Maybe that judge just didn't like their performance. So
Which
we'll see.
could
We'll see
happen.
Yeah, it could happen. It could absolutely happen. But
I
it's
mean,
weird that they got superiors and excellence from the other judges and then down to a
and
good.
that, of course, that speaks to the variability.
Subjectivity.
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. that
it's
makes
not
it hard.
it's I don't know how you could do it any differently than they
Right.
do it, honestly, but yeah, it's very subjective.
Yeah, it's like
It
I explained to
happens.
Lily Kate. It's not a math problem is either right or wrong.
It's very
you
black
do
and
the
white,
steps,
yeah.
you get it right, or you don't. There's so many variables.
Well, art is like that in general. I mean, you know, if you're painting,
Interpretation.
Yeah.
like, why is it that one artist is, you know, famous when they're
Yes.
splattering paint on a canvas and, you know, the next 300 are not?
right.
The same splatters, right? Isn't it?
Seems like it, but
One
what do
would
I know?
think. One
I
would
mean,
think.
That's another
From
thing
my
I don't
super
know anything about.
uneducated point of view, yes.
Educated about art. yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it feels a little like par for the course when it comes to arts
subjective.
for things to be very subjective like that.
Yeah.
So it's good that they get used to that.
Absolutely, because it's going to keep happening.
Yeah.
It's kind of just one of those things, but it sure sucks to watch that as a parent and be like, how do I help now? Because you feel the same loss that they feel when the score is wrong, and you're like, how do I fix that? You know?
Yeah.
And you have zero control over it.
No. And I think probably the most frustrating thing is when they're in that headspace, there's literally nothing I can say that will help my daughter.
It's best to just not say anything at that point.
Yeah. But can I shut up?
You're not so good at that.
No, it's not. It's not.
Not your gift.
No, it's not in my wheelhouse of skill sets that I excel at.
8, right? Like 8.
There's plenty of others, but that one is not one of them.
No.
So it's tough, and that car ride home sometimes can be a little brutal, but you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you feel it too, and you get frustrated as well.
Yeah, it's tough.
And eventually they get to a headspace where they can hear what you have to say. You just have to give them the time to get there. Like, it's okay. They usually, maybe, no. Mine usually do.
We had a similar experience with Max doing a jiu-jitsu tournament. Very similar. Like,
is that also equally as subjective, I would think, right?
Well, I don't think it's supposed to. It's, what does the judge see? What don't they see? But like you get points. It's like wrestling, right? So like you get points for doing different maneuvers and, whatever. So that part is objective because it's based on what's happening on the mat, right? But the piece that's frustrating, or for this particular example, was that I guess different tournaments are based on like age or experience. It's like one or the other, like what color belt you have and how many years you've been doing it. So that's how this tournament was. It was supposed to be not necessarily what your belt was, because different gyms or coaches or whatever might elevate a child's belt faster than somebody else.
Yes.
Right? Mm-hmm. So this particular tournament for Max, because he was brand new, it was only his second tournament ever, and it was based on how many years you've been doing it. So if you were under 6 months, you could be in this particular class, right? Okay. So that's what we registered him for, right? Or under a year, whatever it was. So you think that's the type of whatever that you're gonna see. Mm-hmm. And there's different rules. There's different maneuvers you can do, and tapping. Like, so when you're novice like that, it's not like doing a full-fledged. Well, anyway, what I'm getting to here is that he went up against a boy who had been doing it a lot longer, and apparently it's like a thing, like they can sandbag it, if you will, because their coach, I guess, wanted him to win. So it was like a whole big thing. So pretty much, whoever registered this child clearly was the one who did it wrong. So it was, and Max is a very everything's fair.
Yes. Like, rule following.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And so he was upset. Yeah. And, he had 2 matches with this boy. There's like gi, where you wear the gi, and then no gi. So he wore the gi. They did the gi first, I believe. Anyway, and it was very close. Max lost, but he held his own. Mm-hmm. He did great. And then with the no gi one, he lost again. And it wasn't until we were in the line to get our medals that we're hearing the little boy in front of us talk with another boy at his thing, and he's like, oh yeah, we did this, da-da-da, and we did this, da-da-da. And Max is like, so how long have you been doing this? And he's like, oh, I've been doing this for a couple of years. And he looked at me and was like, what? What's going on here? And I was like, okay, well, that's great. So we had a great life lesson that day.
Yep.
Of course, that made me angry. I went to his coach and I was like, you're not going to believe what happened. And he looked at me and he was like, well, Kathy, I mean,
can't control
these things happen. I can't control it.
Yeah.
It was a great thing for Max. Look how good he did up against a kid that was like 3 belts ahead of him, because he had the belts and the stripes and the yada, yada. So he was like initially 3 steps ahead of where Max is with his training. So kind of the same thing, where like you can't always control what's going to happen.
Very true.
And you just have to use that as a teaching, like, hey, life isn't fair. Things are going to happen. But hey, look how good you did, even though you were up against a boy like
that was a great way to look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, listen, I had to take myself on that journey. That's not me. I was not very happy either. Yes. And PJ's like, I don't know if there's any Yellowstone fans out there, but he was like, Kathy, you need to just get rid of the crazy, like, because it's very quick to go that way.
Yeah.
Is to be like,
it's hard not to let your head go in that space,
Yes.
even as an adult.
Yes, very
It's
much
a hard,
so.
it's a hard lesson these kids are learning.
It is,
but it's, we just recorded our podcast that will drop on Tuesday, and we're going to drop this little special today if I can get it edited. And we talked a little bit about it there in that podcast, but it's these lessons. It's hard to learn them, and it's better that they learn them when they have this parental assistance, safety net, or however you want to view it, that can help. We can all walk that journey together.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's not just the parents, it's all of us,
Yeah.
and Jordan was, coaching our kids this weekend.
Oh my gosh, we're so lucky
Thank
to have
God
her.
she was there. She's amazing.
Yeah, that she came.
And she can say
Like
things,
you.
they'll listen to her in ways that they won't listen to us.
Yes, because if
Sure,
she hadn't have
'cause
been
they're
there,
not
I don't
here.
think Pinky could have pulled her shit together for the trio, because she was just a
so
bundle
nervous.
of anxiety. Like that morning was rough, and I have never wanted to throttle a child as much as I wanted to that morning. But she just entered at the right time.
She did, and that was a
Yeah.
giant eye roll you just got.
But yeah, like I get it a
I
lot.
think I went back up in
side
her
eye.
head.
Yeah. It was all white, no pupil. No, I mean it's tough, but we're just so fortunate to have her, life coach come in and, help Pinky kind of
Get through that.
Yeah.
find some zen, push through it, and get in a better spot to get in on that stage and perform her trio.
Yes, which is
Yeah.
amazing.
Which are great skills, right? So the next time
Yes.
that happens, because it'll happen again, because it's life, but she'll be
Yes,
able to
and
draw
we'll
on
still
that.
bring in Jordan,
We
even
still
if we
will.
have to do it on a phone
Flyer in.
call, which we've
Yes.
done.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's true. You can
But we'll be
FaceTime
able
her.
to, and
We've
Pinky
had to
will
in the
know.
past. Yeah.
She'll be like, okay, what did I do last time?
Thanks, Jordan.
Yes, thank you, Jordan.
But what I think is the coolest thing ever is that despite the anxiety, despite the stress, you stepped up and you did it and you killed it. And to me, that is worth more than anything, that
Yeah,
you
that's
pushed
priceless.
through and proved to yourself, I can do this. So I'm
Yeah.
talking to Pinky. She's in the room. That to me, that is huge,
It
because that
Well-
takes courage and bravery and
There's a lot of adults that can't do that.
No.
Yeah, totally.
No.
Yeah.
And it's always good to keep in mind as she's trying to exit the room. It's always good to keep in mind these kids, like they've put all of this pressure on themselves, but like by the time they've gotten to state, like this is a celebration. That's why there's all these workshops and things to do there. This is a celebration of you and your accomplishment and how
Your
hard
hard
you've
work.
worked, and you are there to enjoy that experience. And so you have to find some joy in it. And don't let all of that pressure, make you pop.
yeah, it's hard. It's hard.
It is hard.
I mean,
Because
it's easy for us to say because we're not doing it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, because they have all of those workshops, but then they don't compete until the next
Right,
third
till
day.
Saturday.
Yeah, it's the
So
last
it's
day.
like, they
I know, I
have
kind
that
of like
looming.
Yeah.
wish they would do that part of
First.
it first and then let them enjoy. But
Apparently, it states they do it different. I mean, excuse me, the senior Thespians.
the non-junior,
Festival.
the
right.
thespian,
They do
yeah.
it over the course of the 3 days. So
Oh.
competitions are always going on, and you could compete and then go jump in a workshop.
Well, that's because they
or-
have 8,000
Right.
kids. They can't do it in one day.
No, I guess not. That's a good point. But they were saying at Junior Thespians there was 1,400 events. So
Oh my
I
gosh.
know.
Yowzers.
And that's why it's at the Orange County Convention Center,
Yes.
because that place is massive.
yes.
I mean, we're only in one concourse, but,
Right. Put in a lot of miles back and forth.
Yeah. I know Jordan was like, it's only like 1 o'clock and I've already got 6,000 steps in. And I looked at mine and I was only at 48. And I was like, what is she doing different? Oh, she was going back and forth
Oh, right.
because you guys stayed at that hotel that was like attached to it. Yeah. The bougie hotel. I'm totally staying there next time.
Oh yeah, you need to.
We walked
It's
in and
great.
I was like, they got a freaking Starbucks in here.
Oh.
And all of that delicious food in the market.
Yeah.
They have in the bathrooms a TV built into the mirror of the bathroom.
Yeah.
I don't know why you need that. I guess if you're a long pooper, you might want to watch something, but
You can't even see it from the toilet.
Well, I take a.
Because it's like.
Don't you watch TikTok?
Yeah, or you just
You don't. You don't?
I'm in, I'm out.
Yeah, she's not a lingerer.
No. Okay. Well, then maybe that's just the rest of us.
Yeah, exactly.
Who wants to save what's normal, right?
Right. Exactly.
Well, we're ready. So if they have it there again next year, yes, we will stay there. We'll get rooms early, and we'll know how to walk around and navigate the facility and the hotel, and we won't get
Yeah.
lost again. Well, y'all didn't get lost. We got lost. So we'll be able.
Well,
to
you'll be in 6th grade and you'll be in 8th grade. Not you, but like you know.
The kiddos.
And
I'm in 8th grade. I'm in 7th grade right
again.
In 10th grade.
We'll be in 9th, but we will definitely come.
Yeah, definitely.
So
well, and for anyone listening, if your child has the opportunity to participate in Thespian, it's so worth it.
Yeah.
It's
well, it sounds like too, like, I mean, we always felt like all we see is the schools doing it, but you may get lucky and find a troupe that's not actually associated with school, because that can happen. Is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
So, you know,
we're gonna investigate that.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately,
get in there and do it.
Doesn't do it. So yeah, we're gonna investigate that.
Jordan, if you're listening to this, you know, hint, hint, nudge, nudge, maybe you need to start a troupe
on top of everything else you're doing.
With
in
your
spare
infinite resource of time.
Yes, we'll be talking about that. That'll be a conversation. So we'll see how that goes. But no, because I mean, just from an outsider, there was no reason why you wouldn't want your child involved in that. I mean, it was just fantastic. Yeah. You know, and you saw all different arrays of talent, and goodness gracious, what? Yeah. I can only imagine from a kid point of view, like, how is that not fun? Obviously, it's stressful and whatever, but you get rid of that. But by the time the closing ceremony started, I mean, there must have been like, I guess 2,000, right?
Kids ready to party.
12 to 14-year-olds.
It was so loud in that room.
I bet it was.
Like, how is that, you know, other
we
than
stayed for the district one last year, and it was like, oh my gosh, I should have brought earplugs because I was literally gonna go deaf. I'm already like on my way there, but yeah, because like in the convention hall, man, I couldn't hear shit. It was just, I'm
echoey
like her teacher said something to me at one point, and I was like, what? And she said it again, and I was like, I still didn't quite. And she said it the third time, and I still didn't hear it, and I was just like, And she's like, well, I'm going to take that as a yes. I heard that.
So we don't know
what you're winning. What did I agree?
I don't know what it was, but I don't think it was good that I was smiling.
A trumpet.
Yeah, one of those.
I don't know, man.
But I mean, those kids were living their best life.
They were.
Yeah, it was
and
fun.
The support, like, I mean, obviously, like where people would sit, like you would know who supported who. But, you know, when a couple of those kids came on and they sang, actually, probably most of the stuff that I was able to stay in here, the whole place cheered.
They're all cheering for each other.
They are.
You necessarily couldn't tell where their people were sitting in the audience. That
very
were in
supportive of each other.
Yes. Oh, goodness.
It was very cool.
Yes.
Very loud, but very cool.
Yeah. Kids tapping down the hallway. And,
all the kids just like
training
warming up and, you know, running their routines before they go in and all of that. And no fear, even out there amongst their peers.
I know.
Yeah.
And, you know, I mean, I know that from being in band. Like, I was sheltered and had all of the band with me. Like, I didn't have to do it alone.
Yes.
But there they are, very exposed, and they don't care. They're just out there rocking it.
Yep.
And kids walking by, and they're, you know, they're loving every minute of it, too. And they're watching and supporting the kids and troops that they don't even know.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to tell you, right, being there, because we got there Friday night. So we saw there were some kids at the hotel and whatever. And there's obviously other events going on. And, you know,
the vet convention with Kevin Bacon.
With Kevin Bacon. We're just going to give him a shout out real quick. Kevin Bacon.
We didn't actually see him.
Listen to us. Yeah. We saw your face on a big old advertisement that you were at that hotel.
Okay.
Last night.
For the vet convention.
Was he there with like his band?
Veterinary.
Oh, I don't know.
He has a band.
There was like a big 80s party.
Really good band too.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, they had an 80s party. So maybe he was there to sing some Footloose. I have no idea.
I don't think that's really the style. Yeah, they're kind of more rock.
I think he was a speaker, like from the thing I saw, but maybe he stopped by with his band. I don't know. But anyway, the point I was trying to get to as I take you all on
as we
this.
squirreled.
Yes, because it happens. I take you around the bush here. But is that there was a lot of kids in the space. There was a lot of things happening. And I didn't once ever see anything nefarious or like kids not being kind to each other.
Right.
Or, I mean, I didn't hear anything. You know,
they're all saying break a leg to each other. And
yes.
Good job. Like, that was so
there
good.
There was no, you know, just nothing. And you're around all of these kids and you're walking in the hallways and you're doing things. But yeah, it was just amazing, you know?
I think the worst thing I saw was like kids eat lunch and then they just got up and left and like left a
Wow.
mess on the floor. That was the worst thing I saw. I mean, if that's the worst thing that you can see
Yeah.
with that many kids.
Yeah, then that's it. And you know what? There was adults that did it too, so shame on them. But
What the heck, people?
I know.
But
But
like-
humans.
Right.
They were good in other ways.
They were.
That's the point I'm getting at.
Right.
Yes,
That's
yes.
littering.
I was talking about the adults being, you know,
Yeah.
kids, okay, you know, but where's the adults to be like, hey, pick up after yourself.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, exactly. If that's all they're doing is forgetting to pick up their Chick-fil-A, then that's easily fixed. But as far as treatment of each other,
Yeah,
you know,
they were so good.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was nice.
So if you have a
was
chance,
rude.
jump on it.
Yep.
Get involved and
Get
do
it.
that thing.
Sorry.
I know, Kathy just beating
I'm
up on
having
that microphone
well,
today.
because I think this is usually yours.
I think it usually is. I'm usually saddled with the droopy
Wait,
one. We
is it-
probably didn't need to label it.
I was
No.
going
If
to
we
say,
can just label it,
Yeah.
then
is
we'll
there
know.
already like some nail polish on the bottom, and you're like, I'm not getting that one today.
Well, the mic isn't the problem. It's the stand.
It's the stand.
Yeah,
That's okay. No worries.
I know.
Talk about
We have
it.
another one that
Just
we,
gets in the way when
for
I
whatever
talk about
reason, we just keep grabbing this one. So we'll put a. Oh, Chris is just gonna move it.
thank you.
Well, now you got to turn it and point it at her.
That thing. No,
Not
speaking
hit her
about
with
that.
it. Oh my goodness.
Anyway.
It's
Yeah, there
falling.
goes. See, it's starting to start the droop.
Ooh, it's
That's
all
our
good.
cue though, because like this is gonna be
Yeah.
a shorter podcast. So
Yeah.
you know, get involved, go do some junior thespian stuff or
Yes.
regular thespian, adult
Yeah.
or
Yes.
thespian.
Something. Yeah. Just the skills they're learning to be able to get up there and present themselves and compete and
Absolutely.
persevere. Life skills.
Yeah. Yep. And find your people. Find your people.
Absolutely.
Support your people. Be the friend that you want. All of these good
Yeah.
feelings.
And stay tuned because on Tuesday we will have our podcast drop, and it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's a good one.
You know, lots to learn from our next guest.
Super inspiring.
Yes, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Peace out.
All right, guys.
from Kristen and
Angela.
and Kathy. Oh, and I just want to say a big shout out to PJ. It's his birthday today.
oh
Happy birthday.
yay!
Yes.
He should have come on. Oh wait, no, he won't.
No.
No,
Oh,
we're not
we
at
don't have
10,000
10,000
followers
followers.
yet.
Yeah,
Yeah, help us
we're
get
not.
to 10,000 and then we'll have PJ on.
Yes.
Yes.
Maybe, you know, before his next birthday.
Can you imagine?
That would be great.
Yeah.
So anyway.
So, yeah,
Love
happy
you, babe.
birthday.
See you later.